The Williamsport Crosscutters 2023 Hot Stove Banquet was held at the Genetti Hotel in downtown Williamsport in front of another sold-out crowd. The event raised over $9,000 to benefit this year's charity, the programs of Sojourner Truth Ministries. One of our featured guests that night was the new head baseball coach at Lycoming College, Rick Oliveri. Oliveri is the first ever full-time baseball coach in Lycoming College history as they bring back men's baseball after a 52-year hiatus. He discusses that as well as his movie star dad. Here's our Hot Stove interview with Lycoming College head baseball coach Rick Oliveri.
Rick, welcome. Glad to have you here at the Hot Stove Banquet. You and your wife Stephanie have been here in Williamsport for about 18 months now. How do you like it so far?
We love it. We love it. We're not from too far away. We're both from Buffalo, New York. Just about a 3-hour trip home to see mom and dad. But we really enjoy it. We love going downtown to the Brickyard, to the restaurants, and walking around town, doing our loop. We live locally right by the Lycoming football field. So really enjoying our time here in Williamsport.
That's awesome. And I think we should note that you guys are expecting a baby boy soon.
Yes, we are. We are. Thanks.
Awesome.
Our first, so.
Future baseball player, right? We'll see.
Well, it'll be his decision.
All right.
I might plan some things that
might help move him along.
May push him that way.
Yeah. As you mentioned, a native of Buffalo, you played your college baseball at the University of Buffalo. So I know you're a Bills fan. And we have somebody who probably knows you said, "What happened to the Buffalo Bills?"
I mean that's still a fresh wound. Yeah, it was a tough game, and I wish I knew what happened. But a lot of Bills fans thought that game was going to go differently, but Bengals were better.
Well, we know where your allegiance lies in football. How about in baseball?
I'm a Yankee fan. I grew up a Yankee fan.
Okay.
Thanks for asking. In fact, of all the heartbreak I've had being a Bills fan and a Sabres fan, and the first heartbreak I can remember was the fall of 1995. Thanks, Coach Howard. So I was 10 years. I was 10 years old when Griffey slid home to knock the Yankees out of the divisional round, and I can still feel that pain from back then. That was the first time I was invested in something as a fan, and I'll never forget it.
Now, prior to arriving in Williamsport, you were an assistant at the Division I level for over a decade. Share quickly that coaching journey and where you've been.
Sure, thanks. Yeah, I started at a small Division II school in Tennessee called Lincoln Memorial. From there, I went to Radford University, which is about 10 miles from Virginia Tech in Southwest Virginia. From there, I spent 5 years on the Jersey Shore, not this Jersey Shore, the actual beach front of New Jersey, at Monmouth University. And then from there to George Washington University in Foggy Bottom down in D.C.
Now you find yourself here in Williamsport restarting a baseball program at Lycoming College after just a short little hiatus of 52 years. It really has to be a thrill to start a program virtually from scratch.
Yeah, it was a super attractive thing about this job posting and what made me apply to it in the first place. And it's really exciting. We're having a blast doing it. Very fortunate to have an amazing support system, really great leadership at the college. Stephanie, my wife's been super supportive and helpful along the way. A lot of the stuff behind the scenes, she's helping me with. I also want to give a special shout out. I haven't met this person yet, but we have a Lycoming baseball alumnus here named Jay McCormick from the class of 1959.
Where's
so,
Jay? Out in the back there. I see his hand up.
Yeah. So welcome, Jay. I look forward to meeting you.
Along with Penn College, Lycoming College this year, Muncy Bank Ballpark will be your 2023 home, but plans in the future for something else?
Yeah, right now the college is looking into potential options in partnering with the city and potentially maybe renovating Brandon Park. You know, there's still a lot in the works that has to happen, but I think we're hopeful at the progress, and I know willing to do whatever it takes to get this done and have a first-class facility for our players. to practice, to play. I think that's the biggest challenge, right? Everybody knows how amazing Brandon Park is. Coach Howard spoke very eloquently about how an amazing of an opportunity it is for our players to play at Bowman Field this year. But the opportunity to practice on a turf baseball field is really a separator and a game changer for a college baseball team. Division I, II, III, it doesn't matter. There are Division I teams out there that would kill for a turf field. And if you have turf and there's no snow on the ground, you can practice when it's 41 degrees, when it's 39 degrees. It's not ideal, but hopefully we can keep moving in the right direction with this project. And if all continues the way we're hoping, it's going to be really special for our kids.
We mentioned it earlier with Coach Howard, but on March 21st, Lycoming College, Penn College, going up against each other. That's going to be a yearly event. You guys need to come up with a name and a trophy for that, right?
We might. All right. This year's going to be interesting. I was talking to Coach Howard before in the media room and asked him how he liked his team. And he said he's really senior heavy. Well, when you come watch us, you don't have to look at the jerseys. Just look at the guys with facial hair. That'll be his team. We got 27 freshmen.
Your dad, Richard Oliveri, played pro ball for a couple of years, drafted out of high school, playing professionally. Those baseball skills would come in handy a decade later. Those of us from upstate New York know that, and western New York know that the 1984 baseball film, The Natural, was filmed, starring Robert Redford, filmed in Buffalo's old War Memorial Stadium. And your dad appeared in that movie. What has he told you about the experience, and what was that all about?
Yeah, he's told me a few things. When I was younger, he was pretty reserved about it. As he's gotten older, he likes to talk about it and brag a little bit more. I mean, we have all the stuff he had from the movie. So when I was a kid, I mean, when I was big enough to fit in it, I wore his New York Knights uniform for Halloween one year. I have the hat that he wore in the movie in my office with his number 21 on the back. So it's been a talking point for us, and every time it's on TV, we get a little chuckle out of it. I get texts from friends all the time. Hey, just saw your dad. He is the last actor to have a line in the movie. So he has a line. So it's he likes to rub it in our faces that he still gets residual checks. They're like $12 checks, like every 6 months, but it says the Screen Actors Guild on them, and he's all proud about it.
Well, Coach Oliveri, it's great to have you and your wife Stephanie here in Williamsport. Wishing you and the program incredible success. The new Lycoming College Warriors head coach, Rick Oliveri, thanks for taking time to be here. But we want to remind you, visit LycomingAthletics.com for schedule information for the Warriors 2023 season. And folks, we now have not one, but two college baseball teams in our hometown. If you're a baseball fan, I'd encourage you to come out and support both of these incredible programs. You're going to see some good baseball, and on top of that, it's free admission. So get out there, check them out, support them, cheer them on. Let's hear it again for one of our newest Williamsporters, Lycoming College head baseball coach, Rick Oliveri.